Hey, what is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video, My Sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over the two college ranked basketball games for Monday, February 1st, 2021. I'm going to show you both sides of each game. That way, you'll be able to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you are curious to know who I am picking in these games, you're going to have to join my Patreon, where my final picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. I wish you guys the best of luck in your picks today, and let's go ahead and get into the two games. What we have here, early game, 12 p.m., Georgia Tech versus Louisville, and then 7 p.m. game, Oklahoma versus Texas Tech. Seems to be two good games here to look at and just see what's going on with them. Alright, so the 12 p.m. game, Georgia Tech versus Louisville. This one's a little complicated for me. I can see both sides really just winning this outright without hesitation. So let's go over both sides here. Let's go let's look at Louisville, the home team. The way they have this set up, for those that don't know, away teams on top, head-to-head record in the middle, home team at the bottom. I got my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian, and the Hebrew. So let's start with the home team. Let's see what it would look like if the home team were to win. So Louisville, they can pick up their 11th win for the season. And the reason why I have that marked gray is today has 8 date numerology on the Gregorian. The word 8 sums to 31, 86, and 23. 31 is the 11th prime number, and so Louisville can get their 11th win for the season today, and at the same time they can get their 23rd head-to-head win against Georgia Tech. The number 8 sums to 31, the 11th prime. The number 23, it also sums to 86, and Georgia Tech would sit on 8 wins for this season as they become 8-6 for a season record in their 8th conference game for the season. Today does have 44 date numerology on the Gregorian. Georgia Tech would become 4-4, like 44 for a conference record with the loss. And today is February the 1st, like 2/1, like 21. The number 73 is the 21st prime number. And Georgia Tech, their coach with the loss, would become 73-73 for a record as a coach for Georgia Tech, 73 the 21st prime. He does have an interesting thing lined up with his record here. If he loses, this is his 146th game as a coach for Georgia Tech, and if he loses, he can get his 146th loss overall for his career. That's interesting that it lines up, but the problem with this is how long does it actually keep going? It's not going to go on forever. His 147, he's not going to go 147, 148, 148, 149, 149, 150, 150. It can go on forever and ever and ever if they really wanted it to, but I highly doubt it. So I don't really, even though I like this, it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, I'm confident in that, because I know it's not going to just go on forever. So I try and look to these other numbers maybe. 86, 44, 23, 11. Now on the flip side, what it would look like for Georgia Tech to win this game, kind of the same number here, Gregorian, 44 date numerology. The number 44 sums to 54. And Louisville with the loss would become 5-4 for a conference record. Their coach would also sit on 54 wins as a coach for Louisville. And this is Louisville's 15th game of the season. This is Georgia Tech's 14th game of the season. And if Louisville loses, they would go from 14 to 15 head-to-head losses against Georgia Tech. So in their 15th game, Louisville would get their 15th head-to-head loss. With the 14, it does connect to Louisville's record, because if Louisville loses, they become 10-5 for a season record. And 105 or 105 is the 14th triangular number. So there's definitely numbers there for both teams. You're going to have to decide what makes sense to you and add more to this. If you have other things that you like to add to games to make your decision, definitely do that. All right, so let's keep it moving. We'll keep it. We'll go look at the Oklahoma and Texas Tech game. So let's start off with what favors Texas Tech to win this game, and then we'll go with what favors Oklahoma to win this game. So the first thing is Gregorian, 8-date numerology on the Gregorian, and this is the 67th head-to-head game between these two teams. 67 is the 19th prime number, 19 is the 8th prime number. It is the 19th day on the Hebrew calendar for the month. So 19, the 8th prime, 67, the 19th prime. Where I'm going with this is that if Oklahoma loses, their coach sits on 190 wins as a coach for Oklahoma. 190 is the 19th triangular number. And today with 8-date numerology, 19 the 8th prime, this being the 67th head-to-head, 67 the 19th prime, he can just sit there at 190. And then on top of that, Oklahoma with the loss, they would become 6-4 for a conference record. 6-4 like 64. And 64 has a square root of 8. So there's like a bit of an 8 pattern there. And then in favor of Texas Tech, 44 date numerology, 44 sums to 54. Texas Tech would become 5-4 for a conference record with the win, as their coach sits on 54 losses. Texas Tech is the current 10 seed. Not sure if this will change by game time, but they're the current 10 seed. This is Oklahoma's 10th conference game for the season, and Texas Tech can get their 29th head-to-head win against Oklahoma. 29 is the 10th prime number. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, if Texas Tech wins, they sweep Oklahoma for the season, like 2-0 for 20. And the number 20 sums to 107. And Texas Tech coach would get his 107th win as a coach for Texas Tech. Now on the flip side, let's look at what it would take for Oklahoma to win. And all it would take, I think, would be today being the 136th day on the Hebrew Civil, because Texas Tech coach would sit on 136 wins with the loss. You can also have 24 date numerology on the Gregorian. 24 sums to 50 and 49, or 49-50. And Texas Tech coach would go from 49 to 50 losses as a coach for Texas Tech. And then when I brought up the number 44 earlier, 44 sums to 54, it also sums to 45, and Texas Tech would just become 4-5 for a conference record with the loss instead of 5-4 with the win. So that kind of just swings both ways. Oklahoma is the current 24 seed. So again, 24 sums to 49 and 50. Texas Tech coach can go from 49 and 50. But on top of that, 24 sums to 167. And 167 is the 39th prime number. And Oklahoma can get their 39th head-to-head win against Texas Tech as the current 24 seed. Today is February the 1st, like 21. And Oklahoma would become 7-4. Or excuse me, 7-3 for a conference record, like 73, the 21st prime number. And then it is the Texas Tech coach 191st game. Maybe that could be a reason why the Oklahoma coach gets his 191st win as a coach for Oklahoma. So there you have it. You have numbers for both sides of these two games. I wish you guys the best of luck. Hopefully you're able to make a decision. If not, don't hesitate to add stuff on top, comment below, questions, things like that. Thanks, guys.